Here we are, you guys. We finally made it. The What If Goku turned Ultra Instinct movie. Man, it absolutely is insane how much this What If has taken off and how crazy it is and stuff like that. But I'm going to make this short. I really hope you guys enjoy this movie. I'm going to continue doing more What Ifs. And thank you all so much for love and support. Thank you guys for 400 subscribers. That's insane. We're close to 500, and then we'll reach our next goal, which is 1,000, but that's a little bit away. But anyways, thank you guys so much. I love you guys so much. Hope you all enjoy the movie. Grab your popcorn. I'll talk to you all later. Our story takes place on planet Namek. A battered and hurt Goku has just finished forming the Spirit Bomb to throw at the mighty Frieza to end this chaos once and for all. As the ball catches Frieza off guard, he grabs the Spirit Bomb, and with his pure power, he was able to push it back and overpower Goku, who at this point was beyond exhausted. Goku tried all that he could, even bursting into Kaioken for a few seconds, but to no avail. The Spirit Bomb was being crushed as it formed a black hole of energy, as Goku fell right into it as it exploded. Nothing was left. Piccolo, Gohan, and Krillin, they just watched in horror as Goku was seemingly dead. And Frieza was standing there, panting, exhausted. But then he begins to laugh, saying that the monkey was dead. He was finally able to defeat him, but Frieza was terrified inside. He thought that he almost died. But he wasn't worried now. Now that the Saiyan that caused him issues is gone, he can easily handle Krillin, Piccolo, and Gohan. The last three little issues. But then, suddenly, the ground started shaking as there was silence. But the ground was shaking, and they looked around and they didn't know what was happening. And then, bam, a massive beam of light shoots into the sky as Goku was inside of it, and it disappears as Goku stands there looking like normal Goku, but his hair is a little different, and a strange aura was around him as he glared right into Frieza's soul. He has silver eyes, and they couldn't sense his power, but they feel this massive pressure of energy and this burning heat blowing into them. Frieza was staring in shock, very similar to how he was staring when Goku first turned Super Saiyan in the original show, not knowing what this is. And this wasn't a great ape, as Frieza gasped, thinking it could be the Super Saiyan transformation. Now, we don't truly know the exact multiplier for this form. I would say he's around Super Saiyan Vegeto's level. Now back to our story. Goku would be looking at his hands, not sure what this weird power is, and he looked at Frieza, and suddenly, appearing, kicking Frieza in the stomach so fast nobody could see it. Seconds after it happened, as it flung Frieza back, making him cough blood, Frieza, in pure anger, shoots a death beam near point blank, and Goku dodges it with ease, not even thinking, shocking him and the others, as he fires multiple death beams, but to no avail. As Goku would look at his hand, and he would have a primal, like, echo roar, and punch the air, making a air-like beam, or the force of the air, hit Frieza into more mountains. As Goku looks at his hand, the power slowly starts flickering off. Goku knows he has to finish this now or never. So then, he charges a Kamehameha and appears, shooting it, killing Frieza off the face of the planet, vaporizing him. Frieza's no more. As then Goku loses the power, he falls to the ground. The others help Goku up, as they then work with King Kai to fix bringing back all the Namekians, as peace was made and the tyrant Frieza was no more. Now, at this point, before they go, Vegeta would find them, and yes, Vegeta would still go with them because he has nowhere else to go. Frieza's gone. So Vegeta has no more, malice in his life, so he might as well go to Earth where the other Saiyans are. And he also wants to ask, what did you turn into a Super Saiyan and beat Frieza, since Krillin and Gohan was talking about it? Vegeta wants to know how he did it. But Vegeta would then have a sense of respect for Goku, for overpowering Frieza and avenging the people. And the story would be forever changed. Now remember, Goku does not have instant transmission. There is no new Namek, so no Namekians hang out at Bulma's house playing golf. And the biggest thing, Goku never turned into a Super Saiyan. Goku doesn't even know what a Super Saiyan is. Only Vegeta knows what one is, but maybe Goku thought that this power that he had was the Super Saiyan form, and maybe that's why it was so powerful and he lost it, and Vegeta maybe thinks the same, even though they're very two different forms. Goku would then be staying with Chi-Chi, as Gohan would go back to his studies as usual. Goku would then, for the next year or two, be trying to train and figure out this power, meditating, being at peace with himself,
practicing even with Piccolo and even Vegeta sometimes to try and figure this power out, but to no avail. He could not figure it out because he's never felt anything like it before. And how he just didn't think, he just reacted. His body moved on its own. And the power was overwhelming. It felt like he was going to blow up. But he couldn't get a grasp of the power really. By the way, there will, just quote, there will be no Mecha Frieza appearing since he's gone. King Cold would not really appear because he's a bit of a coward. Even if he did, it would end the same way with Trunks killing him. But either way, Trunks does appear. Now, the androids will be as strong as they were before. Now, before you say, wouldn't they have data of UI? Now, it was only a few moments that Goku had this power, and it's something not a simple Earth scientist would be able to collect that data at this point, because nobody knows about the power, so there's no data to truly get. But at this point, Trunks would then find them, and then Trunks would notice that Goku doesn't have Super Saiyan. At the timeline was a lot different. Trunks at this point, he does still have Super Saiyan, same with Gohan, who sadly is still gone, and Vegeta would have it. At this point, Trunks would then warn Goku about the heart virus, giving him the medicine, and for 3 years' time, 2 very extremely powerful androids will appear, and then Trunks tells him the whole story about what happened. And then Trunks has to go back to his home. The same thing would happen very similarly. Goku would train for 3 years with Piccolo and Gohan. Vegeta would obviously go on his own thing, as Vegeta's trying to figure out this Super Saiyan power. He obviously had little to no knowledge of it, but he wants to surpass Goku, as that's now his main goal. And Vegeta is out in space, screaming, trying to figure this power out. Goku, at the end of the 3 years, no guys, he does not have Ultra Instinct. I'm breaking the story. No, he does not. Okay? It will take him way more longer than that to even touch the form. But the 3 years, he's had a taste of the form before. His body has kind of grown with it. So he was trying to learn to self-move in his base form, but obviously not Ultra Instinct's level. Goku did notice that his power was a little bit higher, and his moves were sharper, and his mind was more calm after using the Ultra Instinct tech. At this point, Goku's power level, which we do not know power levels at this point because this is past the Frieza saga, but I would assume that Goku's power level around this point would probably go like to 3 million to around 4 to 5 million in the normal thing. But since Goku did get an Ultra Instinct boost, I do believe that Goku would even have a little bit of a jump in power and his moves and everything a bit more sharp. I would say that this would boost his power to around 5 to 8 million. Not a massive higher boost than what it would have been before, but a subtle difference. But now, 3 years have now passed, and as Trunks warned, the 2 androids appear, Android 20 and 19, as now the chaos begins. Goku and the Z-Fighters would soon find Android 19 and then Android 20. Now remember, Yamcha would also still be critically injured and almost killed if it wasn't for the Senzu Bean that also saved him. So Goku would then, in base form, fight Android 19, and he would fare a lot worse until he uses the Kaioken technique. But then they started noticing that Goku started sweating and his power level was off. He was starting to succumb to the symptoms of the heart virus, and Android 19 overpowers him and begins taking his energy, but Vegeta saves Goku, kicking Android 19 away. As then, they would take Goku back to Kami House to go give him the medicine. Vegeta would then smirk, telling them that the Vegeta is now the true Super Saiyan. As Vegeta would then charge, he would turn into the Super Saiyan of legend, the first Super Saiyan. Now, as you guys may tell, this changes the story. Now Vegeta's the first Super Saiyan. So any Vegeta lovers out there, let me know down in the comments below. But now at this point, the fight would play out exactly like before with how Vegeta handled Android 19. And then Piccolo would fight Android 19, and Android 19 would be able to escape, and then he would find his way to the lair and activate Android 17 and Android 18. The 2 androids would walk out, and the same events would happen with them killing him and bringing Android 16 out. Now, a lot of the story plays out the exact same, as Goku is now sick and he's gone. So this would all come to when Goku, at this point now, wakes up from the heart virus feeling better now, and this is way later on. And Goku wakes up feeling better because all the events happen, so there's no point going over all the events that happened while Goku was out. So then now Goku wakes up and he is ready to take down the android.
Last time on Dragon Ball What Ifs, during Goku's battle with Frieza, he awakens the power of the Angel to defeat the mighty Frieza. After returning, the androids created by Dr. Gero appear, causing chaos, as Goku has fallen into the heart fires. Luckily, the time traveler Trunks has given him medicine, as Goku is now recovered to fight the androids, but as a mysterious creation by Dr. Gero has appeared. How would this what if play out? Stay tuned.
Our story left off with Goku recovered from the heart virus, as the androids have been causing chaos everywhere. To make matters worse, Cell has shown himself, as he will find the androids to become perfect. Goku at this point would regroup with the fighters who were struggling, as then Piccolo by himself would also arrive at the lookout, as him and Kami would become one, being increasing his power and wisdom as he was going to finish the androids. As Piccolo soon finds them, Android 17 would then challenge Piccolo to a fight, as they would go back and forth, Piccolo having the slight edge, but with 17's infinite stamina and ki, Piccolo begins to tire out as the fight goes on. As then, during the middle of their fight, Cell appeared, watching over them, as Piccolo would get scared and yell to the androids to run away from here. He will try to absorb you. But they didn't really listen. Cell dispatches Piccolo, as then for the first time, Android 16 steps up for battle, as he was overpowering First Form Cell in their fight, shocking 17 and 18, as Cell was able to get Android 16 off of him just in time, as he would taunt Android 17, who Cell knows is cocky and arrogant. Android 17 charges in, as Cell uses Solar Flare, and he absorbs Android 17. His power shaking the planet, as Cell was now in his second form, or semi-perfect Cell, or semi-perfect Cell, as he fights 16, nearly destroying him. And then a voice spoke. To focus on the true threat here, Cell would turn, seeing Vegeta and Trunks. They are giving Android 18 time to hide with 16 nearby. Cell would laugh, as he would say he knows the power Android 18 made a toy of him. How would even Vegeta have a chance against him now, with Cell's automatically high power level mixed with Android 17? But Vegeta, as cocky as ever, would tell him that it's time to show you a form not seen for thousands of years. As he would charge, his golden aura would explode, as his muscles would charge up and grow bigger, and his hair would look differently. Vegeta now has entered the ascended Super Saiyan state, as Cell was shocked, as then the fight would begin. Cell had no chance here, as Vegeta was treating him like fodder. Cell was running out of options. He knows Vegeta's pride and cockiness, and he states if only he absorbed Android 18, he would destroy him. As Vegeta said to go right on ahead, as Trunks would try and stop him, as Vegeta was blinded by his own power. He allows for Cell to absorb Android 18, as now, Cell was now in his perfect form. As Cell would throw a few jabs, getting used to his new perfect body, he would fight Vegeta, but Cell was toying with Vegeta the entire time. He was treating Vegeta now as a warm-up. As Trunks and Krillin watch from above, Trunks isn't helping yet until Vegeta is knocked out, as it would destroy his pride as a Saiyan, and that's what keeps him going. As Vegeta, with no other options, uses his trump card, his final flash, as Cell takes it head on, blowing half of his body off. And then they think that Vegeta will now win, because Cell looks like he's crippledly injured and he would die. Cell would just laugh, saying that they are foolish to forget that he has Piccolo's cells, and he would regenerate instantly, shocking them, as Vegeta would soon be knocked out by Cell within 2 blows. And Trunks would have no choice. He runs in to save his father as he powers up, but he fights Cell, but he makes the mistake of going even above Ascended Super Saiyan, taking more power over speed, as he was quickly defeated by Cell. Now, Cell chooses to let them live, and he will host a Cell game in 10 days. The mightiest warriors to come fight, and they were all on the lookout at this point. Goku has an idea to use the hyperbolic time chamber that Vegeta and Trunks used to get strong enough for Cell. Goku will go in the chamber with Gohan, as Goku will learn how to turn Super Saiyan alongside Gohan. Since that strange power he had before, he never really got the hang of it, but it will help, as he will keep on meditating, clearing his mind, and he'll also think maybe dodge training with with Gohan, since once they're ready, they could work as they go in and train for most of the year. This time, in the original, they only stayed for a short time before they left early, and they were even offered a second year. This time, they stayed for the full year, and they also stayed for another year. As in the original show, it was offered, but Goku was confident this time. And now, it's been a full year, and this time, they learned Super Saiyan and to master it by staying in it for the full time. It was much harder for them to do, but I think if they stayed for a second year on top of the Hyperbolic Time Chamber, they would figure it out. On the second day, we'll be training together on Super Saiyan, with Goku training with that odd power, as he was trying to learn how to get self-dodge on his own, with Gohan helping, but he was very slowly getting the hang of it, as the one time he got it, his body naturally adapted to it, but he wasn't no Ultra Instinct, nor could he access the power it gave him, but he was just beginning to learn how to use the dodge ability, without using that odd form. As the time comes, they would come out, and they were a lot stronger than they were in the original because of the second year now. Power level wise at this point, we cannot say numbers anymore, but scaling wise, they are a lot stronger than they were in the original. Not as strong as Cell, but they are stronger than they were before in the original show. As the others go train on their own time for the next 8 days, Goku was very confident, as he would relax with Chi-Chi and Gohan as the remainder of the days, enjoying peace on Earth, as Cell, who had just defeated the army, awaits excited to fight the strongest warriors Earth can muster up. The week of peace goes smoothly. Goku spends as much time with Chi-Chi and Gohan as he can. As the week would end, they would all arrive at Cell's arena, as Hercule would go and fight Cell, as he would easily defeat Cell. Oh, that's the wrong what if. Anyways, he would be slapped into a mountain as all the Z fighters are there, but Goku would go up first, as Cell was most excited to fight Goku out of all of them. Goku would charge his Super Saiyan aura, and the fight would begin. They seemed to be even, going back and forth, trading blow after blow. The issue is, Cell was holding back, as he would show his full power, as then the tides would turn on Goku, who was struggling to hold on, as he had one last trick, and then he turned into his base, confusing everybody, as Gohan didn't show any expression at all. He knows what his father was going to try and do. Cell would then charge in and throw a punch. Goku would dodge it with ease, as his eyes were closed. Cell, annoyed, would throw more attacks, any for him to be dodged, as Goku would jump away, as Goku was learning self-movement within his base form. No, Goku does not have Ultra Instinct here. Goku would then jump away from Cell and then give him a powerful roundhouse kick to his head, but because he's in his base form, doesn't want to do that much, but it does surprise Cell. But real quick, I want to get this clear. He is not in Ultra Instinct, or it's just a power-up or nothing. He's just in his base form. As back to the story, Cell has had enough as he charged a blast, knocking Goku away. As he got up, as he cannot beat Cell, as he is right now. He then sends Gohan to fight, who at this time was stronger than Goku. As they fight, Gohan did great, just he didn't have any malice like the others do. He didn't want to kill Cell, as Cell would then beat down on Gohan as he was going to kill him. None of the fighters should stop him. Goku has to think of a way. Suddenly, before Cell could finish off Gohan, a hand grabbed Cell's arm, and it was Goku, as he opened his eyes, showing silver eyes as he tapped into Ultra Instinct once again. After many years, he kicked Cell away, nearly breaking him in half, as he charged in and he attacked Cell. Cell would try everything he can to beat Goku, but nothing was working. And then, suddenly, before Goku could deliver the final blow, he lost the power and he fell to the ground in his base form. As Cell would regenerate and hit Goku away, he thought he was going to lose right there to Goku, and he's never seen that power before in his database. Nor did he know what it was, as he then forms Cell Juniors to torment Gohan, as Goku tells Gohan to need to unleash her true power, and as Gohan was afraid to, so Cell was going to make him, as then Android 16 would sadly blow himself up, holding on to Cell as a suicide explosion, and then it did not work. Cell was perfectly fine and just as mad. Android 16 gave his life for nothing. But then, as Gohan watched his best friend 16 pass away, he would snap, screaming, as Gohan would now become a Super Saiyan 2. In the original, it took a lot more to make him snap into Super Saiyan 2, but with an extra year in the Hyperbolic Time Chamber with Goku, it wouldn't be as hard for his Super Saiyan 2 to take place. Gohan is stronger, by the way, in his normal state. Super Saiyan 2 Gohan is stronger than the original one. As everyone watched in shock at Gohan's power, he has ascended to the next level of Super Saiyan. As Gohan then punches Cell away and punches his chest as Cell with Goku now staring at his son, so proud of him. Gohan was now stronger than he was, and then Goku and watched his Cell snapped, and then Cell jumped in the air and shot a Kamehameha, which Gohan smacked the beam away like it was a toy. As Cell with anger, he would bulk up, as that would be another trump card, but he lost his speed. Gohan would punch him so hard, he spits out Android 18, turning into semi-perfect Cell, or semi-perfect Cell, as the issue was, Gohan wasn't finishing Cell off. He kept torturing him, as Cell, without any other options, he was going to blow himself up. But this time, Gohan had more time to react, and with a much higher power and speed, he shoots a full power Kamehameha at Cell, destroying him fully. As then, the day was won, Gohan would depower out of Super Saiyan 2. The day was saved again by the Z Fighters, and the threat of the androids and Cell was...
Last time on What Ifs, the androids caused chaos as Goku trained with the Z Fighters to defeat the mighty Cell. As suddenly, Goku unlocked Ultra Instinct, and even his son with pure rage unlocked the Super Saiyan 2 transformation. As they now live in peace, as it has been now 7 years, but a new threat arises.
It has been 7 years since the defeat of Cell, as the Z Fighters now has had peace. Goku even having another child with Chi-Chi shortly after, naming him Goten. As Gohan was going to high school at this point, yes, he would still soon become the Great Saiyan Man, and also Gohan and Goten are much stronger than the original. Because remember, Gohan would be studying, but with Goku there, he would make sure that Gohan kept his training up and more, as Gohan would also have the mood to start training because his father's there, and he wants to make sure that something like Cell never happens again. Same with Goten. As remember, Goten now has a training partner, as he was training with Chi-Chi, and he was very powerful, and with Gohan, now he has his father, who he trains with 24/7 all the time, so Goten is a lot more powerful. So both Goten and Gohan would have Super Saiyan, and Gohan would also have full control of Super Saiyan 2. Goten would not have Super Saiyan 2, just throwing that out there, he's too young. Maybe when he's like 11 like Gohan, he might get it. But the downside is with Goku now being there, he doesn't know the fusion dance, nor does he have Super Saiyan 3. Because during the 7-year time, Goku has gotten a lot better at self-movement as well. He can now do it with a lot of difficulty. He can access Ultra Instinct. As this is the second time, plus with 7 years of training constantly, as he starts to figure out how to do it, it's still an extremely difficult form, and it's something that he would rarely use, very rare, and it's extremely difficult for him to access. He has to be pushed pretty far to the limit to then be able to access the form. So no, it's not something that you can just turn off and on, and he hasn't mastered it. He has mastered Super Saiyan 2, along with Vegeta as well. So the tournament would also play out the same. Vegeta would then get the same numbers as Goku, as obviously both were excited, but not as excited as the original, because they've already fought all the time throughout the 7 years and trained together. Since Goku is alive, the other fights will go on about normal until Supreme Kai would fight Piccolo, who then just walked off as Piccolo was terrified. Then Videl, who was nearly killed by Spopovich, Gohan then fights Kibito Kai, who then shows his full power in Super Saiyan 2, shocking the Kais. As Supreme Kai holds the other fighters back, Gohan would then suddenly have his energy stolen as they escape with it. As they fly away, Supreme Kai explains who he was in the issue with a creature named Majin Buu. They arrived as they easily dispatched the foes, such as Pui Pui and Yakon. They were nothing to him. And since Goku and Vegeta could potentially be as strong, if not a little bit stronger, yeah, there's no chance either way. Babidi was scared as he would try to take over Vegeta, but it didn't work this time. Just remember, Vegeta, the only reason Vegeta would let Babidi take control of him is so he can surpass Goku. But this time, they're pretty much dead even, and Vegeta has kind of killed off the pride of Goku, and he accepts that Goku is the better. Because remember, they've been together for 7 years. No, not dating, but they've been together for 7 years, training constantly. So it's not like, Goku is only here for less than a day and this is Vegeta's last shot ever to fight Goku. Not true. So they would try and take over Vegeta. The transformation would go very similar to what happened, but this time he wouldn't be taken over. He would be fighting it, and he would turn Super Saiyan and beat Babidi. Now, Babidi, with no other options, would then send out Deborah, who Deborah's in some trouble. So Deborah's dead. There's no chance of him being defeated. Gohan was there as well, as the same thing as the original. He would go Super Saiyan 2, and then this fight would go much different. None of the fighters, aka Krillin and Piccolo, would turn into stone, as Deborah was fighting a much stronger Gohan and much more skilled Gohan, but with his energy being taken, plus a good fight as well from Deborah getting hits on Gohan, Majin Buu would be born still. And then after a short little goofy thing, he would then instantly turn and attack Deborah, turning him into this massive candy bar or chocolate bar, I forget what it was, and eat him. Gohan would then go on the offense as he would attack Fat Buu or Majin Buu, but Majin Buu was far too powerful. He would do better than the original, but still, Majin Buu was too powerful for him. He would defeat Gohan, and he left with Bobby to cause chaos around the planet as they thought that Gohan died. But luckily, he was brought to the Supreme Kai world to be healed and was trained to kill Buu. By the time that Goku and Vegeta would be at the lookout, they were running low on options. They need to use the Dragon Balls to bring back Gohan, so Goku and Vegeta will buy Goten and Trunks enough time to get the radar as Goku and Vegeta meet Majin Buu and then begin their fight. Both being in Super Saiyan 2 working together, they prove a good match against Buu, and it was enough time for them to get Goten and Trunks to the lookout as they tell Buu to get them a few days. A true fighter will come and give him lots of fun, as obviously Buu would be, "Hey, Daddy!" and he'll be very excited. So he would obviously wait for the few days, telling Babidi off. Now, the fight goes down, as then Goku and Vegeta would then work with Goten and Trunks, and then they would get the Dragon Balls to then wish Gohan back. But as the dragon came out, the dragon said no, Gohan is still alive. So luckily, the Supreme Kai appeared, and then they would bring them and Vegeta to the other world. Amazed by the landscape, they see Gohan was there in the Kai outfit, training with the Z sword. As they want to show it off, they throw a cube of Kaichin, I don't remember the metal, which breaks the sword, shocking them as then Elder Kai appears out of the sword, sealed, being broken. So after the introduction, they explain the situation with Majin Buu, as Supreme Kai would offer them the fusion with the Potara earrings. Now obviously Vegeta would instantly say not a chance, but Goku would hold on to them just in case they need it as a trump card. Gohan was then getting his potential unlocked by the Elder Kai, as Goku has an idea to let Goten and Trunks fight the Majin Buu. Of course, he wants to know that Goten and Trunks can have fun, and also to teach them so they can be the next generation of fighters, because as Goku knows, if him and Vegeta fused, Elder Kai stated that the Majin Buu would have absolutely zero chance. Goku wants the boys to have fun, so the Supreme Kai would be very angered, but for plot reasons, Elder Kai would say that the Potara only lasts for about an hour, but it's the strongest fusion around. As they would go back to Earth, they would get Goten and Trunks explaining their situation, as then they put the earrings on, and they were pulled together as they are fused, creating Trunkton. The Potara was stated to be stronger multiplier than the fusion dance, as both can easily go Super Saiyan 2, and in their fused state they can even turn Super Saiyan 2. As both of their fathers have unlocked it, and they train with them, they would, I would soon figure out how to turn Super Saiyan 2 as well. They go to fight Majin Buu, who they put up a really good fight, having the upper hand the whole time in battle, but as Babidi would have been killed, as Buu having no leader, and would then overpower Gotenks, because, remember, Majin Buu just heals the entire time, and they would be goofing around, messing around with Fat Buu, so in return, their fusion would defuse. But at this point, Majin Buu doesn't care anymore. Majin Buu had his fun, and there's no Babidi telling him what to do, so he would peacefully go. So Hercule at that point would also go befriend him, and obviously he would try and kill Fat Buu first. Obviously they then become really good friends, as then, sadly, assassins come to shoot them and kill Majin Buu. Hercule got in the way, and him and their small dog, I don't remember the name, got killed, and sadly, Majin Buu snapped. I mean, beyond snapped. Then evil Buu appears. And after a small battle, he absorbed Majin Buu, becoming Super Buu. As they would find out, Trunkton fuses again, turning Super Saiyan 2, and the fight would be on. They seem pretty equal in power now, but Buu tricks them. As remember, Buu is very intelligent, even though he acts kind of goofy sometimes. But he's very intelligent, and he uses absorption to his final tactic. Since the battle's not really going anywhere, he would soon absorb Trunkton, as his power was terrifying. At that point now, Ultimate Gohan would now be ready, as he appears in Goku's outfit. He was far stronger than before, and in the original, he was able to overpower Super Buu alongside Goku and Vegeta helping as well. Now Buu, as an act of deep desperation, he would absorb Vegeta and Gohan and Goku. Goku formed a ki barrier around himself just in time before they were all absorbed. As now Goku was inside of Boo's body, Goku would find his way to the fighters who were absorbed. As Super Boo fights him inside, Goku has no choice, and he turns on Ultra Instinct for a short moment as he punches Super Boo away and cut all the cocoons as he flies out just in time as they all awaken, all free. As Majin Buu reverts back to normal Super Buu, he would then be screaming in agony as he becomes Kid Buu. Now remember, we know Kid Buu is weaker than Super Buu, but stronger than Fat Buu, so all four of them would fight Kid Buu. The fight would be very one-sided, and the fight would be over, as they would all shoot a final attack, a Kamehameha, Final Flash, Masenko. Kid Buu was absolutely destroyed, and then peace was restored once again to the universe, as the Supreme Kai would thank them dearly for saving the universe. But, unknowing to them, unknown planet very far away, a cat-looking creature would then sneeze in his sleep as he was awakening very, very soon.
Last time on What Ifs, after 7 years of peace, the Z Fighters joined the World Tournament. But then, the Supreme Kai told them of an evil Majin, and after a grueling battle, Majin Buu was then destroyed, as peace was once again restored, until a new godly foe has now arrived.
On a strange planet, a cat-looking being waked up as it was none other than Beerus himself, the god of destruction of Universe 7. As Beerus would then wake up, he would tell Whis of a dream of fighting this so-called Super Saiyan god, a mortal that could be a perfect rival to him. As he would then ask the Saiyans who are left, Whis explains that there are only 5 Saiyans currently after Frieza destroyed planet Vegeta. But one Saiyan was able to defeat Frieza with an odd power. As Beerus asked where was the Saiyan, and he was said he was at King Kai's planet training. As they prepare and go, Goku was training with King Kai, as then Beerus appeared. After meeting Goku, he showed him Super Saiyan 1 and 2, as Beerus was pretty impressed. He was a pretty powerful mortal. The fight was very short. Beerus knocked Goku out within 2 blows, as then Beerus would head to go see the other Saiyans at Earth, as it was Bulma's 38th birthday party. As they were told of Beerus, Beerus was terrifying. Vegeta, terrified as well, would then try and do everything that he could to make Beerus happy and not anger him, as that would then cause the absolute destruction of Earth. It would cut to Majin Buu eating his pudding, which the events would play out the same, as Beerus would want it, but then after a short little scuffle, he would be very enraged. Beerus raged, and then he would easily defeat the Z Fighters who tried to stop him. As then, Trunk Tin would actually fare a little better than Gotenks would, but he would still get spanked by Beerus and then thrown into the water. And then now Gohan, remember, is still training. He has slowed down, being a little, being with Videl, but he does keep it up to not slack off, as he does better than even Super Saiyan 3 Goku would have done. But in the end, he could still not be defeated with ease. Vegeta, with no other choice, he would burst into Super Saiyan 2 attacking Beerus, but to no avail. He could not match him. As then, Bulma would arise up and she would slap Beerus, which then Beerus will return by slapping her back, making Vegeta even stronger than Goku in pure rage, saying, "Why did you hurt my Bulma?" Then he would shoot a Gallic gun right at Beerus full force, as then the smoke cleared. Beerus wasn't even phased. Now right before Beerus was about to destroy the Earth, Goku then arrived, telling Beerus to wait for a little bit for them to use the Dragon Balls to get him the Super Saiyan God that he's wanted. After some thought, Beerus allows it, and him and Whis would sit there and eat food like usual, orgasming over about how great it is. Then they would summon Shenron, who would explain the backstory of the Super Saiyan God. After one failed attempt, Videl said that she was pregnant with Pan. So after 6 total Saiyans does the ritual, Goku would rise in the air, and he would then appear, losing a little bit of weight and having red hair, as he would then become the Super Saiyan God. Having God Ki now, the fight would go pretty much the exact same with Beerus, as Goku was on the same power as he was now. But Goku at this point, they would be trading blows back and forth, as Goku would then joke and say he was only using 80% of his power himself, making Beerus mad, who says he will show a little bit more of his power. As then they kept on trading blows, even the fight would take place all over the planet as it would fly into space. Goku would then start losing his Super Saiyan God power, as Beerus was annoyed that the fight had to end so soon. But Goku wasn't finished. As he fights in Super Saiyan, landing even a few hits, Goku throws a full power Kamehameha at him as Beerus blocked it with ease. As the beam cleared, Beerus was smirking as he then formed a sphere of destruction as he throws it at Goku. And now at this point, Goku would lose his Super Saiyan form and then the ball would explode. Goku, with no other option, needs to use his trump card. Goku stood there, as he was now an Ultra Instinct. Beerus was shocked at this, and even Whis sensed it and left his chair appearing in the battlefield to see this. As Beerus doesn't know what this is, he charged in to attack Goku, but Goku would easily dodge the attack, punching Beerus away, as Goku's new power was far beyond anything a Super Saiyan God was, but Beerus is noticing that aura and that movement. Whis confirms it, saying that the mortal unlocked Ultra Instinct, as it would shock Beerus and even Whis. Whis was shocked since he's never seen a mortal ever who could use the skill of the angels with no training or anything. But Goku was wasting no more time. He would run in attacking Beerus, as currently Goku was not stronger than Beerus. He's not stronger than Beerus currently, but he kept on dodging Beerus' attack, and he was keeping up with him far better than he was before, as Beerus was in more shock than anything, as he's never fought a person with a mortal that has Ultra Instinct before. But as Beerus would then show more of his power, even having Hakai energy around him, Beerus would then form a Hakai ball of energy and throw it at Goku, hoping that this would do something. Goku would catch the ball, struggling. With everything that he has, he was able to throw it right back at Beerus, surprising him as Goku, using all of his power, would throw a final punch as Beerus rushes in as well. They would hit each other in the face. Very similar to when Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Frieza, after when Frieza came back, was brought back from Baba, and they hit each other in the face. It would be almost exactly like that. As both were stunned, Beerus would wipe his mouth, smiling, as this was a fight he's been really wanting. Goku was then out of his Ultra Instinct. His stamina finally gave away. He was knocked out cold. As Beerus would then catch him and bring him down, Beerus had a smirk the entire time. He then apologizes to Bulma and the others as well. But he was amazed by Goku's power, so he will let the planet live because of Goku. The fact that the planet had the best food as well, yeah, Beerus would obviously keep the planet, and the fact that Goku has Ultra Instinct, there's no way that Beerus would destroy that. You know, it would kill all of his fun. He's bored anyway. So they would say their goodbyes, as Goku would then soon go back to farming as usual. Vegeta was able to soon, after the months passed, get Whis to take him there. Remember when he did that thing with like the eggs, and he was trying to, cook ramen for him, and he was trying to like persuade Whis? Pretty much the same exact thing happens. As Vegeta was tired of Goku surpassing him, especially with his Ultra Instinct power, if that angel already knows what it is and everything, maybe there's another technique even better. Because whatever Goku can do, Vegeta can do better, in his mind. So Vegeta would then go with Whis, and he would then do the grueling training for months on end. As sooner or later, Goku would find out, as Whis would actually personally go to Goku. This is when the story changes a little bit. As you remember before, Goku was begging Whis, begging him constantly for him to be trained. But Whis, now knowing that he has Ultra Instinct, Whis would want to train him himself. So Whis would personally find Goku, and everybody knows Goku. He would not turn that down. He would instantly go with Whis after dealing with Chi-Chi trying to arm lock him and trying to beat him up. He would escape. Now would Gohan go? No, Gohan is not going, because remember, Videl is going to be having Pan, and Gohan does not want to leave his wife like that, so no, Gohan is not getting the Whis training, maybe in a different what if though. But after a comical scene with Goku figuring out that Vegeta was there, as they're both wearing aprons and dealing with Beerus, sleeping, giving him tuna fish to try and like change his sheets, but it would be very grueling training, very difficult, and they would be learning how to access God Ki. As Whis would mainly focus with Goku, first getting God Ki situated, but he would mainly focus with Goku on his Ultra Instinct, as Goku's already gotten the hang of it in a way, but with Vegeta's trying to follow his own path of power. So after the 2 years have passed, Goku at this point would now be able to control Ultra Instinct, to where he can access the form. But Whis wants him to go further, but no, Goku does not have mastered Ultra Instinct yet. but he's now figuring out how to turn in Ultra Instinct Omen by himself without having to push his limit or having the nasty side effect. But the stamina drain still does take a toll on him, so it's not something that he can just have on like a Super Saiyan form. He also does have access to Super Saiyan God again. Now, along with Vegeta, Vegeta does have Super Saiyan God now because he's been training with Whis, and he also has Super Saiyan Blue. Goku does not have Super Saiyan Blue in the story because he would be way too busy training with Whis on getting Ultra Instinct situated, as that would be his next level of power to use. Same with Vegeta. Vegeta does not want Ultra Instinct, he wants his own power. He'll find a way to surpass Goku his own way. So Vegeta would very quickly get Super Saiyan Blue, and he's gonna even see if he can maybe get a further form than even this. Maybe something to evolve Super Saiyan Blue. But that's for a later what if. As then, back on Earth, a small group of Frieza soldiers would then use the Dragon Balls to revive Frieza. As Frieza notices how rusty he was, and also considering that he was told that Goku defeated Majin Buu, he knows that he would need to train for a little while. But Frieza, out of hell now, is very angry, and then he will be training to bring his revenge on the Saiyans very soon. Our story last took off with Goku and Vegeta training with Whis, as during that time, Frieza was revived the same. Because remember, Goku and Vegeta are both training with Whis, and remember, Goku is training with Whis only for his Ultra Instinct. He obviously had to learn God Ki first and how to control it, same with Vegeta. But Vegeta's doing his own thing that Whis is training with, but Whis is mainly training Goku for his Ultra Instinct, and Vegeta's following his own path. So most of the events of the Frieza saga would go relatively the same, other than a few key points. Frieza would still show up after a couple months of training, I believe it's 3, and he would still fight the Z Fighters first, aka thousands of his soldiers fighting. But this time it would actually end a lot quicker because remember, Gohan is not a slouch as Dragon Ball Super did it. Gohan has been training a lot and he's been prepared for this. So long story short, he actually would fight Frieza. And he would actually fight Frieza up until his final form. Remember, Gohan has been training still, even though Videl is pregnant and she has Pan, Gohan has still been training hard through the motivation of his father. So Gohan, yes, is a hero still. He's not a loser, dork-looking tracksuit guy that we all know and love. So he does fight Final Form Frieza, and they're actually pretty even. Because remember, Gohan in Dragon Ball Super, within a year, was able to fight on par with Super Saiyan Blue Goku. I'm going to nerf Gohan's potential a little bit right here, because he's not training as intense as he was with Piccolo. He's just training a little bit intense just to, keep himself going and to also keep his power around the same. And also the fact that he can also use Mystic. So yes, Gohan was able to actually match Frieza and put up a really, really good fight. And it also gave him enough time for Goku and Vegeta to teleport all the way back to Earth from Beerus' planet. Yes, Whis and Beerus have still came along. But they're taking their own pathway, as you may know that, because Bulma also influenced them to come with their massive strawberry ice cream sundae, as many of y'all remember. But now, Goku and Frieza would obviously fight first, as Frieza wants to anyway. He has a bone to pick with Goku, so the match would begin. Now, as many of y'all may know, Goku is actually in base a little bit stronger than the original, but not too much to make a massive difference. Same with Vegeta's a little bit stronger as well. So most of the fighting will be the exact same, with base Goku having a small upper hand against Frieza, and then they would finally be finished and they would put all their cards on the table, done with their warm-up fight. They want to show themselves at their full power. And of course, Goku would go first and he would activate Super Saiyan God. Now a lot of you guys may be wondering, why is he not using Super Saiyan Blue? Well, the reason why is because Goku has not been training solely for that power along with Vegeta. He's been focusing on his Ultra Instinct Omen power, way more. The only thing he was able to learn is God Ki, so him and Vegeta both can use Super Saiyan God. And yes, Vegeta does have Super Saiyan Blue as well, so Vegeta is the only one that actually has the Super Saiyan Blue power currently, because Ultra Instinct is what Goku's following, and it's a way more powerful form. The reason why he also did not turn into it is because Ultra Instinct still uses up a lot of stamina, so he has to use it wisely in a fight. So
Super Saiyan God Goku and Golden Frieza would begin their battle, and the fight would be pretty one-sided, very similar to Super Saiyan Blue Goku versus Frieza, as Frieza was too powerful. So much so that I do believe that Vegeta would still then run in and have his turn. Him versus Frieza, for all the Vegeta fans out there who does like Vegeta, you're going to be happy because Vegeta does take the win over Frieza, but this time, right before Vegeta's about to finish Frieza with a Big Bang attack, Frieza is going to blow up the Earth. As remember, Frieza does have a stamina issue, while Vegeta's actually stronger than before, and he's perfectly fine. And he's already tired from fighting a Super Saiyan God Goku, so Vegeta has the easy win. But remember, Vegeta dropped his guard because he thought that Frieza was dead, but right before Frieza was going to blow up the planet, very similar, Goku stops him in Ultra Instinct Omen. Because Goku knows that Frieza was going to do something like that, he had enough reaction time to get there just in time. With the boost of the Ultra Instinct also reacting on his natural instinct, making him faster and everything, as everybody may know. So, Goku would then throw Frieza in the air and shoot a final Kamehameha. No, that's a joke, guys. That's Vegeta's move. He would throw a Kamehameha wave and completely obliterate Frieza. And then the fight would be done. Now, peace would finally be restored, as I do think it'll be a pretty comical scene of Vegeta mad that Goku just like stole his win. But I do believe that after Goku explained what happened, Vegeta, he wouldn't admit it, but he knows that if it wasn't for Goku, the planet would have been destroyed. So, peace was finally brought back to Earth for now. Now, as Goku and Vegeta were back on Beerus' planet training, Champa and Vados appear to, I would per se, challenge Beerus in a way. Because you know how those Beerus and Champa is together. It instantly turns into either them fighting or them having an argument, his way better food. But of course, Beerus wins by showing him the super ramen that Champa ate. Long story short, most of the events happen the exact same of the Universe 6 versus Universe 7 tournament arc. Most of it happens the exact same. With Goku fighting Batamo to Piccolo, Gohan would not be in there because Gohan is too busy being with Videl, as he's taking his fatherhood pretty seriously, unlike Goku and Vegeta. But he is still keeping his training up, so he's not slouching off. But he has to focus on Videl and his studies as a man, which is respectable. I would have liked if Gohan would have followed that route. You know, like, he could have been himself now, but he kept the training up. But back to the what if. Most of the events would happen all the way up until Vegeta would fight Hit for the first time. Vegeta this time would actually fare a little bit better against Hit and take more of his attacks because Vegeta is stronger than before, than the original Vegeta. But Hit's time skip ability is way too much for Vegeta, and Vegeta would have an extremely difficult time. But Vegeta has a trump card up his sleeve, as Vegeta now would charge his aura up and burst into Super Saiyan Blue Evolution, which is one of my favorite forms. Vegeta would absolutely dominate Hit the entire time. Because remember, Super Saiyan Blue Evolution was stated to rival Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 20. And Goku and Vegeta were relatively around the same power level in base Super Saiyan Blue. That would mean that Super Saiyan Blue Evolution is at least lowballing at 20 times of Super Saiyan Blue. And if you guys remember, Goku from his Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 10, that's a mouthful, or Blue Kaioken times 10, when he fought Hit, they were pretty much dead even with Goku overpowering Hit time and time. So add more of that, then Vegeta would easily defeat Hit in time, because Vegeta's not fighting to just fight, he's fighting to win at that point. Vegeta's a lot more serious than Goku. He would knock out Hit. And the same thing would happen along with Beerus giving Champa the Earth, which Champa's planet was destroyed through war and other things like that. He does want to meet Cabba's species, aka the Universe 6 Saiyans, and King Sadala and his planet. So we'll keep that in mind. So most of the events would happen relatively the same, just Vegeta would have the win. And Goku would be kind of bored because he didn't really go in the fight as much. But, I mean, if let's say that I did change the what if and I threw Goku in there, the fight would be a lot more quicker with Ultra Instinct. But now, in the future Trunks was running for his life in Super Saiyan 2 after watching his whole planet in ruin. There was a being with red eyes destroying everything in his path as Trunks tried fighting this being, but to no avail. But then, as the smoke finally cleared, he revealed himself to be Vegeta Black. And he wanted to exterminate all.
Enjoy the video.
Our story last took off with Trunks escaping in the time machine from Vegeta Black, just in time as he would land, and after waking up he would seek help from once more of the Z Fighters. But remember, shortly afterward, Vegeta Black would appear from a time portal with the help of his time ring, and he would have everybody shocked as it's Vegeta. But we all know how Vegeta would feel seeing how somebody dare has his own body. You thought that he was mad that Goku Black had Goku's body? Imagine if it was his body. Now, Vegeta would be the one who was the most angry, and he would say, "How dare he steal my body?" with pure Saiyan rage as per usual. He would go fight Vegeta Black on his own using Super Saiyan 2, and the fight would go pretty much the same, just like Goku had with Goku Black in the original show. As then Vegeta Black was forced back into the future timeline because the time ring activated. Now, they would do light training, as most of the events would pretty much happen the same. Goku goes with Whis and Beerus, and the same happens in the end with Zamasu being kind of, as you all know, being Hakkai'd, but first Goku having a little match with him using Super Saiyan 2, so all that happens the exact same as before. So yes, Zamasu still gets completely erased as we per se. But now, what would happen next is, remember, the arc is very confusing. It's pretty poorly written story-wise with how they did the time stuff. So, excuse me if I do mess some things up. Back to the what if. Now remember, the three would finally go to the future after the time machine was ready to go. Now, the fight with Vegeta Black, and this is where the events would change a lot. Vegeta would fight him on one-on-one first, of course. Goku would understand that. And I mean, even if so, Vegeta would fight Goku so he can fight himself. As many of y'all know, Vegeta is not gonna let somebody use his body. Even thinking about it infuriates him more than anything else has ever infuriated him. But now, Vegeta would then fight, and he would turn Super Saiyan Blue shortly afterwards, and fight Vegeta Black. But remember, after a short scuffle and getting injured, Vegeta Black, it's a hard word to say, Vegeta Black would laugh and showcase a new power that he unlocked, thanks to Vegeta. As he does commend Vegeta's amazing body and his power, he would then turn Super Saiyan Rose. And he would give Vegeta a really hard fight. He would have the edge. Now, remember, Zamasu does appear as well, which he was immortal thanks to the Super Dragon Balls, which would only cause issues, but with Goku and Trunks fighting him together, they would handle him no issue. But now, Vegeta was having a hard time handling Vegeta Black. Rose Vegeta Black, if you wish. Now, he would tell Vegeta how he did it and how he got his body, as Vegeta was slammed against the wall similar to how Goku was. Now, as Zamasu, he switched his body and mind to Vegeta's body right around the early days of when he got Super Saiyan Blue, so around the Golden Frieza time. And he killed his family during that time and went to Trunks' future, and this would make Vegeta snap. Not only does he have his body and is abusing his Saiyan royal blood, but he killed his Bulma and Trunks. This is the angriest we would ever see Vegeta ever become. I mean, you thought that Goku was angry? I think that Vegeta would be like the next level. I mean, he would be 100 times more angrier than Beerus slapping Bulma. And even more angry and more prideful than he was at the Tournament of Power. Now, in his most angry state ever, he would then turn Super Saiyan Blue Evolution. He would go crazy and go full power mode, even having the rage boost on top of that, and he would completely dominate Goku Black, and he would nearly kill him. I said Goku Black, Vegeta Black. And he would punch a hole right through his body. But before he could die, Zamasu and Vegeta Black would fuse, having the earrings as well. All he has to do is Zamasu just has to take the one earring off, just in time. And then they would still become merged Zamasu, looking pretty much the same, and they would knock Vegeta and Trunks down as they would now throw a supernova type attack. Goku would suddenly appear in Ultra Instinct, destroying it
with a toy. It was nothing to him. But now, Zamasu does use his full power during Goku, and they would be on fair terms. The fight would be very similar if anybody in here, post comments down below if you'll have watched the manga fight, which is one of my favorite Dragon Ball Z fights, about perfected Super Saiyan Blue Goku versus Merged Zamasu in the manga. The fight would go pretty much like that, to where they're almost pretty much even, but Goku having the slight edge, and they're really just going like back and forth at it, which is how Dragon Ball Z should go. Take note, Super. But that's pretty much how the fight would go, and it would be an epic battle. But Zamasu would have more trouble because Goku is using self-movement. So it would definitely be a very interesting fight. Now, Zamasu was falling apart. As remember, the same effects still happen in Supers, where he grows in size, his arm is bigger and purple melted, almost out of his body, his face was half melted. As remember, Vegeta Black is not immortal. He's a mortal being, and he did not wish for immortality, while Zamasu has it. So you only have one half immortality, so you know what happens. Very similar to the show. Now, Zamasu, even more powerful than before, but something was happening with Goku. He was oddly gaining a lot of heat. As Supreme Kai and Gowasu was watching the fight, they would call this out and say he's retaining a lot of heat and something's happening to him. He's starting to use the perfected Ultra Instinct technique, and he's starting to master the power to be able to use offense and defense at the same time. Because remember, Goku was mainly just using the defense side, as his offense side was not as strong as it should be because of Autonomous Ultra Instinct. So Zamasu would fire a full power supernova type attack, and it would explode as Goku would suddenly appear behind him with a ball in his hand, and he flicked it away into nothingness as he was now in mastered Ultra Instinct. Very similar to what he did to Jiren. Now, he would absolutely dominate Merged Zamasu with ease, as then he would then use a move that he also used in the manga as well, the destruction move, the Hakai, turning him to dust. Now, yes, it's a fake Hakai. If people who does not understand read the manga with the Merged Zamasu versus Goku fight, and he used a type of Hakai, even though it is not God of Destruction energy, it's still a Hakai, and it was destroying him because Goku was strong enough to be able to do it. So yes, it's a real thing, so don't attack me in the comments about that. But now, remember, Zamasu would then fade away. But now Goku would finally succumb to the Master Ultra Instinct side effects, exploding purple, electricity everywhere, and he would turn base form with no energy. But the effects are not as bad because he's not doing it within an hour, and his body is actually more used to the Ultra Instinct ability, as he's had it for years and years and years, almost a decade. So that's the reason why he would not have the horrible explosion side effect as bad as he did, but he would still be in base form with no energy left. So it's pretty much without the major suffering part. So Zamasu would then appear in the sky and all over the universe. He pretty much would be a part of the universe now. Now the same would happen with Zeno appearing with the button that Goku had, and he would press the button, Zeno appears, future Zeno of that timeline, and he would obviously point at the sky and say, Zeno, there's a bad guy up there, he's nasty and he's doing bad stuff. And Zeno would just say, alright, I mean, I could just destroy him. Nah, I'm gonna destroy the whole universe, forget that. As Zeno flows up in the air, his arms turn white color, and boom, the universe is gone. But luckily, all of them made it just in time, and they actually return to get future Zeno, because Goku promised Zeno, that I forgot to state in my what if before, because Goku still met Zeno, and I forgot to put that in there, which is my apologies. Yes, Goku still met Zeno, and they're still best friends. All of that events are still the exact same, and Goku promised to get him a buddy to play with. And it was mainly going to be Goku, but Goku doesn't have time to play with, you know, the god of everything for eternity. So why not get the next best person? Get himself. So that's exactly what he did. So it's Zeno-chan and Zen-chan, I believe it is, and he would give a new friend. So Trunks would then say his final farewells, and he would then go to a copy timeline and live there in peace. It was finally brought to Earth. And all the timelines were good too, until Goku had an idea that he promised and remembered.
Let's get into
Zilla.
it. Our what if last ended with Goku and Vegeta and Trunks defeating Zamasu, as the current events all the way up to the Tournament of Power would be set up the exact same way. Yes, Frieza and Android 17 are still in the Tournament of Power, so that has not changed at all. And also, how they got the members is happening the exact same way. So, but this time, though, for the Tournament of Power, the Z Fighters are built different. They're all stronger than before. So let's cut to the best fights. Goku would land seeing Jiren, as the same would happen all the way up until Super Saiyan Blue, which Jiren would not be having that much issue, and Goku would even try Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 20, still no use. As, yes, in the background, Vegeta was also fighting Toppo in Super Saiyan Blue. Not evolution yet, this is before Toppo transformed. So not yet, this is just a little squabble that they were doing. So then Goku would then showcase his Ultra Instinct Omen and he would fight Jiren. But now, Jiren was using a good amount of power, but this time, we don't know, but now that Jairus will, Jiren is a lot more powerful in this what if than before, and the reason why is simply because all the gods of destruction have known about Goku using Ultra Instinct, and I do believe that Belmod would tell Jiren about it, and I do believe that Jiren would honestly train harder because he knows that there's an opponent that could match his power. So, and it's also a what if, so you know, you don't want Goku to heal through Jiren very quickly, as that would suck. So yes, Jiren is a little bit stronger than before. So Goku would then be forced to use his Master Ultra Instinct, and Jiren would use his full power. No, he would not be using limit breaking power, not yet. And he would put up a really good fight, but Goku would be having the edge in the battle. But, as many of you may know, his Master Ultra Instinct still has that stamina issue, and he runs out of time. So his form would run out, and he would turn to base with little energy. As Jiren would Ki Blast him away, but having vast respect for him. As Frieza, yes, he would still save Goku and give him energy. That all happens the same. And most of the fighting between Kale and Khalifa would happen the exact same. All the way up until they do the fusion, and Goku would auto go Ultra Instinct because he built up enough energy. And he would defeat them a lot faster. I mean, Kefla is powerful, but with the more powered up Goku that automatically has Ultra Instinct, it's stronger than before, they wouldn't really last a chance. So, RIP to Kale and Khalifa, but you're out. The fight between Jiren and Hit would still happen. Hit would lose worse than before, because Jiren's way stronger and he's not playing around. So that wouldn't change. Probably most of the fighting would go the same way, probably just a bit faster. So we are going to cut to where the main people are left. Is Vegeta, Goku, Frieza, Android 17, Jiren, and Toppo. Now Frieza would fight Toppo alongside Android 17, and then Toppo would go into his God of Destruction form, being almost defeated. And as you all may know, what has come next is Frieza looking like he was about to be killed. So Frieza, the same fight happens. He has no chance against God of Destruction Toppo. Vegeta would go into his Super Saiyan Blue evolution and fight Toppo. But this Vegeta is stronger than before. He doesn't need to self-destruct like before. As Toppo would be knocked out of the ring, I would assume that Vegeta would probably use a full power Final Flash, like how he did against Jiren, and I do think that that would be enough against Toppo, especially since that Vegeta is far stronger than he was before, and he's more attuned to his Super Saiyan Blue evolution power. So it'll kind of be like a really cool beam struggle, and then he'll be motivated by his family and all that stuff to overpower Toppo. So that will all remain the same. So now, we are now with Goku, Vegeta, and Android 17. Frieza's still knocked out cold, so he's not going to be going anywhere for a little bit. So Android 17 would be providing support, but it's mainly Goku and Vegeta who would be fighting Jiren. Goku's in Super Saiyan Blue, and Vegeta is in Super Saiyan Blue Evolution, because Goku still has little to no stamina left, so, you know, he's got to kind of build that back up. So, sadly for Vegeta, the same would happen. He would do better than before, a lot better, because this is a way stronger Vegeta, and he has more energy. But Jiren is a lot more powerful in this series, and Vegeta does not have a chance in Super Saiyan Blue Evolution. So, sorry Vegeta. But this time around, though, the energy that he would be giving Goku would be a lot more, since he does not have little to no energy like before. Goku actually has a lot more energy to go off of. So it's not as weak as he was before.
So Goku would finally go into Master Ultra Instinct, getting enough power from Vegeta to do so for the final battle against Jiren, and it would not last again. Jiren would then show his full power again, but Goku is weaker this time around in his Ultra Instinct. Not to mention, his stamina is so low, not much he can really do. But it would be a really, really, really close battle. But sadly, Goku would then lose his Ultra Instinct ability, and Jiren would have him on the ropes, cornered, and he was about to knock him off the ring. As Goku in base form would be standing there, he would then be pushed past his limit. And then his hair would rise up and turn silver, and a strange aura will appear as Goku has unlocked True Ultra Instinct, or short, True Instinct. As you see in the manga, we stated Goku was only using 1% of Ultra Instinct's full power and ability. Goku having this power for so many years, and training, and his body's adapted to it so much, and being pushed this far by an even stronger Jiren in Master Ultra Instinct broke his wall, Goku was able to learn to use 100% of this ability, making it True Ultra Instinct. As Whis and all the other angels would watch in utter shock as a mortal could truly use his power to the fullest. Same with even the Grand Priest is so surprised. Now, in power-wise, in terms of power scaling, Goku is almost as powerful as an angel. That's how powerful he's become. But is he as strong as an angel? No, not there yet, but he could give Whis a little bit of a run for his money. But he would not be able to defeat Whis or the other angels yet. But he's right there, so he can definitely go toe-to-toe with them and definitely fight them and actually land hits and hurt them. But he can probably not defeat them yet. But that's a massive jump from being as stronger than Gods of Destruction instantly to an angel. So, yes, Goku can easily fight the Gods of Destruction now. Well, I wouldn't say easily, but he can fight them all now without too much of a hassle now, especially in this form. And this form has perfect self-movement and perfect defense and offense ability, just like the angels. So Goku doesn't even need to, it's not like he's messing up in it or anything like that. This is the true state. And also, this is almost like his natural base state in terms of energy draining. He does not drain any energy, no stamina, no nothing. So he does not need any of that. Goku's very powerful. So we all know what's going to happen. He would easily start slapping around Jiren like he's a toy. Jiren would then use his limit-breaking power, which would give him a stronger fight, but in the end, Goku wouldn't really be trying. He knows that there's a time limit. He would gut Jiren so hard and knock him right out of the ring, and the fight was over. So most of the events would happen the same. Zeno would fly down. Android 17 is alive. He did try to, blow himself up against Jiren. Didn't work. Frieza's alive. He's just injured over there. And yeah, Goku won. So Zeno, obviously the king of everything, would fly down, super happy. Goku would flail him around a little bit. And yeah, pretty much the Grand Priest says you can wish for anything. Goku would wish for all the universes back, and peace was brought back again. Now, to cut things short, the Moro arc would end very quickly. If Goku was as powerful as he was, versus Moro, Master Ultra Instinct Goku could defeat Moro, who was younger and was fused. And also, he also absorbed Miras's power, which in the end really beat him. But this Goku is so powerful, he's angel level easily at power. He would easily defeat Moro. Probably a little bit of a battle, but he would probably beat Moro. And yes, we're not going to forget about Broly. You all know how that's going to go. Either Vegeta's going to go Blue Evolution, which I do think would give Super Saiyan Broly a hard time. Not full power Super Saiyan. I think Vegeta would lose. But I think that Goku can just go True Ultra Instinct again. Or they do Fusion. If you want to add in that, like, Goku can't access the form or something. But either way, they're going to win the same. And the Granola arc isn't done yet. So we don't really know how powerful Gas truly is yet. We don't know. We have seen how powerful Granola is. But I'm just going to throw a bone and say that Goku, being almost as powerful as an angel, will probably beat Gas the same exact way. But we don't know yet until it's completely done. But anyway, thank you guys from the bottom of my heart so much for this What If series. It has taken off and it's done so well. And I hope the other What Ifs can do as good as this one. Maybe, we shall see. But thank you guys so much. I mean, the support that I've been getting and everything else like that on my channel has meant the absolute world to me. So just stay tuned for any other What Ifs that are going to come out. I'll definitely continue the Vegito and the God Ki Goku. I'm also thinking of doing a what if Gohan actually kept his training up and actually, you know, was not like a slouch, and he was not like a, you know, he still did like scholar stuff, but he wasn't, you know, like not training and being a wimp like how Akira Toriyama made him. So definitely be interesting to look into, and I have a couple of other ideas. But thank you guys so much. We're so close to 500 subscribers, so stay in tuned for this video to come out, and then also stay in tuned for the movie to come out for this. But anyway, I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you all later.